This is Tanks or No Tanks.
Tanks or no tanks, tanks or no tanks, tanks or. Tanks or no tanks, tanks or no tanks, tanks, tanks. Tanks or no tanks, tanks or no tanks, tanks or no tanks.
Boom.
That was fun.
Excuse me while I run through a brick wall. That's what I feel like I could do right now. There's a young lady in the Shark Tank this week. She has an online service that she wants to provide. That's all you get. This is Takes or No Takes.
Hello, sharks. My name is B. Arthur, and yes, that is my real name.
So
sweet.
To begin, her name is B. Arthur. Yes, that is her real name.
She couldn't be less like B. Arthur.
There's
no way. She's a young
attractive,
very attractive
black woman.
Yes, black woman.
Her name happens to be B. Arthur.
Because you would think, oh, she'd be less like B. Arthur if she was a man, but that's not true. If you remember B. Arthur,
right?
She was extremely masculine.
She was known for her masculinity. This woman appears to be a normal height. B. Arthur was like 6'1", 6'2".
And she was like ready for the jokes. She's like, I know Cubes is coming after me on this one. Yes, that is my real name.
Well, she says, yes, that is my real name. As if some people have thought that maybe she changed her name to B. Arthur as a fan. So people are saying, is that your real name? Or is that just something you did because you love B. Arthur?
Yeah, are you such a huge B. Arthur fan that you took the rest of your first name off? Like maybe her first name was, I don't know, Bernice.
I think maybe the response there is because people are assuming it's her real name. It'd be more interesting if she said, my name is B. Arthur. And no, that's not my real name.
I'd like it if she went, my name is B. Arthur. No, I'm not named after the actress. I'm named after a bee my dad knew. So that's my pitch. Do with it what you will.
So she's in here. She has it's an online therapy business. That's what she's pitching.
The practice of psychotherapy has been around for more than 100 years and has helped millions of people, but it doesn't have a really wonderful reputation. Pretty Padded Room provides online therapy to women on their own time and in their own space. We connect users from all around the world with an all-female team of licensed therapists.
So her thing is that psychotherapy, historically, it's been around a while, but it doesn't have a great reputation.
Yeah, it's got somewhat of a negative stigma. It can be made to seem like it's unpleasant and probing or cold and impersonal.
Right. And so her plan to reverse this impression is to come up with this service, Pretty Padded Room.
She had just carte blanche to come up with any title she wanted.
And any tagline, and the tagline that she went with is, a nice place to go crazy.
So what is essentially kind of a cool modern idea, an innovative take on therapy, bringing it into the 21st century. What century are we in now? 21?
This is 21.
Great. Perfect.
20 was the last one.
Perfect for what I'm trying to say. Into the 21st century. And then she's coupled that with the very popular concept that anyone with any diagnosable mental disorder should be kept in a padded room.
Belongs in a room where they can't smash their heads against the wall and kill themselves. But what she's fighting, I think, is that those rooms don't have to be pretty. Because you see them usually, they're very drab. There's not a lot of, like, the padding is usually like sort of an eggshell white.
I'm so sick of that concept that, like, yes, if you have anything wrong, if you're slightly depressed, if you get panic attacks sometimes,
put them
OCD,
in the room.
Okay, get in a room with pads.
Yeah.
Get in a padded room. But
in
I'm
the
so
jacket, bind their arms up so they can't pull
obviously
their hair
they're
out.
in bind. Yes, their arms are bound, but they're going to be able to smash their head into the wall unless the walls are padded.
Right.
So that's fine with me. But why do we want these rooms to be so drab and ugly?
That's the offensive thing for me.
That's what's offensive about. And we talk about this mental health care state in our country, like, just that, because a lot of people are debating gun control, and the other side of it is like, is it actually the problem that mental health care isn't in a good enough place? And I think it's not, because the padded rooms aren't pretty enough.
Yeah, they say, like, access is tough to get to mental health care in
Yes.
this country right now.
Yes.
Especially because like once you get there, it's gross.
Preach.
It's so disgusting. Like
Hayes,
once you're even there.
preach it.
And so, nice place to go crazy.
Cool tagline.
Very cool
Cool
tagline.
idea. Just a great title.
So she's on the right track for a tanks from everybody. Her numbers get a little fudgy.
Something's not adding up for me. You have 600 people come into a session in the first year. If all the people from the first year converted into paid customers, you would be doing $60,000 a year under your minimum subscription.
Yes.
But you're doing $15,000.
The numbers don't seem to add up. Robert's right.
So she comes in there with a odd number situation. I think the real issue is she valued her company at $300,000. She's making $15,000 a year.
yeah, even
with
if
her
she had
business.
given them the numbers correctly,
It's not really
it
worth
wouldn't be worth what she's asking for.
right. But it's a legitimate point they bring up. It's a good
Yeah.
lesson for everyone. When you go into the Shark Tank, make sure that your numbers are.
But I'd love to have that point illustrated for me in a way that I can wrap my
I
head
could
around.
understand
Me,
because
the layman.
yes, business is complicated. It's kind of an obscure world. Like we haven't been to school for it, so sometimes it helps to have it represented in language we can understand. And Kevin O'Leary comes in with an analogy that really drove it home for me.
I think what's appropriate is a very simple story that I think you'll appreciate. There's an island right off the coast of South Africa where the largest population of sardines exists. Seals love sardines. Hundreds of thousands of them sit on an island, just bare rock, nothing to eat.
I just want to hang in there for this story. It's not that close to being over, but this is just a little intermission to
Well,
say.
he told you that he thinks you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, this is just a quick recap. There's a bunch of seals on an island, and there are a lot of sardines off the coast of the island, and there's nothing to eat on the island for the seals.
And seals love sardines.
And seals love sardines, and it's right off the coast of South Africa. Okay, let's continue with the story.
They look at the sardines. After about 7 days, they start to starve. But they know if they go in the water, the great white sharks will eat them alive. Somebody has to go in the water from the seals to sacrifice their lives so that the others can live eating the sardines. It's the one that's starving the most that goes in first, followed by maybe a few thousand more. The ones that sacrificed their lives did it for a purpose, so the DNA of the ones that live can go on. So, B, do you know who you are in this story? You're the first seal that goes in the water. The purpose was that others will never come in here again without their numbers. They will learn from the blood in the waters that you've provided. I'm out.
So it's a very clear story, and appropriate that they used the biggest music sting ever on a show of huge music stings.
I wish he had given us more time to guess when he goes, do you know who you are in this story? I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Yes, it could easily be the
Is she
sardine.
the sardines?
I would have guessed the sardine.
yeah. Because
They're
seals
they're
love
the
her.
sharks. I know that
Yeah.
Kevin is the shark.
Kevin's the shark. That's a spoiler. I can't guess shark because I know Kevin's the shark.
He's gotta be. The show's called
He
Shark
must
Tank.
be. But I don't know if she's a sardine or what.
Do I hear that sting again?
Please.
You're the first seal that goes in the water.
Wow.
One of my guesses was that she was like maybe the third or fourth seal. Because
Right.
he was like the first one's
The
usually
first
the one
one
that's
is the one that's starving
the
the most, and then
She's not starving the most.
and then a few thousand more go in.
maybe a few thousand
Also,
more.
in the terms of the story, there are a bunch of sharks in the water sharks eat sardines. So the sharks could just be eating all the sardines because they're already in there.
Okay, this guy. Okay, spoken like someone who's never been off the coast of Africa.
And he also,
Come on.
I'm uneducated about this because what I would think is that once a few seals go in, the sharks don't operate like they need some kind of ritual sacrifice and then they're gone. Like, it's not that a couple seals go in and then they say, okay, thank you, enjoy your sardines, and they swim away. I would think that they would stay there to eat other seals that would come into the water.
Yeah, because they're all going to stay at the basic sardine area. If the one seal jumped in and took off, causing a distraction,
Sure.
and led all the sharks on a wild goose chase away from the sardines, that would work.
That would make a
seals.
lot of sense. But in this version, he makes it seem like the first seals went in the water and made some kind of mistake with how they went in, like she did with her numbers, that the other seals learned from, so they could go into the water with more information.
Yeah, they now know, like, I
But
better know my numbers, or I better
Sure. But this is I don't
want sardines?
I haven't been to
What
South
did the seals
Africa.
learn? No, you haven't been to South Africa.
No, and that's a lack of, that's me speaking from a lack of education, and also having Googled it and not seeing this story anywhere on the internet.
What'd you Google? What'd you type into the
I
search
Googled
bar?
seals, sharks, sardines, South Africa. No quotes.
Yeah.
There's a great sardine run off of South Africa, but there's nothing about this seal shark negotiation for the sardines.
Well, then Kevin knows more than Google. He's proven it
Yeah,
again.
that's what makes it a great show.
Guys,
It's better than Google.
better than Google. Guys, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna be hanging out with old.
She got a
Wenger.
no tanks.
Oh yeah, Kevin said he was out at the end there. I thought that was clear.
Yep. Everyone else went out too.
Yeah, everybody left. They hated it.
Joe Wengert is here. He's going to talk about TLC's best funerals ever and The Bachelor on the Reality Show.